walking each other home. We are all just 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 walking each other home.
Patty will guide us.
We're doing a little different celebration today. And it's in honoring of all religions, all belief systems. And so as we do this, I invite you to close your eyes because we promote this as a universal honoring for all peoples. We are part of the one great, can you hear me? No. I'll talk loud. There's a lot of energy in this room, believe it or not. So here we go. This is a wonderful time. It is really the fundamental to this truth is that we are all coming from the divine. So we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the middle way. Oh, you're lighting. We light this candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for oral forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the healing candle So please put silently in your hearts, closing your eyes, and crossing your hands over your heart. And put in this wonderful healing presence any names of anyone that you would like to honor in this healing way. So please stand and face your screen or the aisle. And with your eyes closed, breathe in the loving intentions that we've just sent out to the world. Now open your eyes and see the eyes of God looking back at you.
I still feel like I haven't landed from coming back from California. Am I here? As divine beings, we are here to do the magnificent things, and the smallness does not befit us. Anyone who has improved their life or changed the world to think big, think radically, and be willing to venture into the unknown worlds. The voice of transformation begins with a tiny hint whispered into the inner self. If we follow it, we will be on our way to the life we wish for. What visions or dreams have you denied because you believed they were too big for you? What would you love to do that would have you shy away from pursuing because it feels like too much of a stretch? What possibilities send a current of enthusiasm through you, your body, your spirit? These are precisely the awarenesses that you must pursue to live on the cutting edge of your destiny. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Joseph Salek, the music director here, and this morning it's a pleasure to be introducing the Everyday Singers. The Everyday Singers is made up of members of the Everyday Center community, the larger Santa Fe community, and this morning we also have a guest. I just want to appreciate all the effort and the hard work they put in and their musicality. Please join me in welcoming the Everyday Singers. This morning our guest is, as maybe Patty already mentioned, Angela Gabriel is joining us. Angela Gabriel was the accompanist for years for the Voices of Joy, the larger choral ensemble that we had with the Everyday Center before COVID sort of shook things up. And it's great that she's here to join us. One of the things that has brought, so Angela moved to Indiana back in the fall, and one of the things, this is her first time back, I think, did you Mexico. And one of the things that brought her here is that she'll be leading a community sing this Tuesday at the Unitarian Universalist Church on Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. And maybe Angela, you want to say a few words about what that is?
Sure. So it's open to everybody. You don't have to have any experience to join. Everything is taught call and response. So all you have to do is just listen and repeat. And I do it over and over again until we embody the music, and it just becomes this beautiful celebration of harmony and energy. And it will be from 6 to 7:30 is a warm-up and songs, and then from 7:30 to 8 we'll be doing a breathing, singing meditation called Now Is Where Love Breathes. And it's free. It's my love offering to the community, and any reciprocal love offerings are appreciated but not expected. So there's hopefully no reason that anybody would feel like they can't be part. Thank you.
Thank you.
Drinking in serenity, like a glass of cold water, breathing in peace and love into every cell. In our hearts is a well of deep and abiding peace. Deep within us is a pool of inner tranquility. Yes, the light shines. Yes, the light is shining brightly. Yes, clouds can cover the sun.
But I'm gonna tell them.
Don't anybody go anywhere. I just have to go get my glasses and my book. So, this person wrote that song.
Woo!
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
You know, it's amazing how the simplest words and the simplest melody can capture the most heartfelt, the deepest, the most intrinsic thought. And Joseph's ability, I hate to even call it that. It's kind of like magic, really, how I experience it. Joseph's magic with music and lyrics, we are so blessed to just have it gifted to us whenever the Spirit moves him, which is all the time.
And microphone, please.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't.
Well, just tap it and see what happens.
Oh. No.
I think it is.
Oh, it is on.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Oh my! Yikes!
Woo! Hi, everybody. Hi, every day. Whee! Okay. So, welcome. Welcome to the Everyday Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Fe, New Mexico, that is anything but every day.
That's right.
Because we are amazing.
Yes, we are.
Woo! And I get to be the senior minister with these amazing people. In the house, online, whoever will listen to this message later in the week, and it would blow you away if I gave you a laundry list of where the people are from that listen to our message during the week. Because this time of day is weird for them. They're usually asleep. And so they aren't online with us live, as some are, but they listen nonetheless. So it's a brand new month.
Woo!
Wow. And it's a brand new month. And of course I had to come up with a theme for the month. And I love coming up with themes that make you curious. So the theme for this month is, oh, did I tell you that I'm Reverend Ann Ray?
No.
Not exactly.
Oh, well, now we have to start over. Joseph, you want to come? So the theme for this month is gravity fed.
Mm.
Oh. And what inspired the theme was that when we were on the Cumbres Toltec train out of Chama up into the, towards Colorado, we didn't do the whole thing. We did half the trip. which was plenty for us for our first time. Oh my God, and it was so gorgeous. Anyway, when we were on the train, and this, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it has been running, these engines, these 3 engines, have been running since 1876.
Wow.
And they are historic landmarks. And they're the old-fashioned kind, you know, with coal and steam and that sort of stuff. And occasionally they need water. And it so happened on our trip that we had to make 2 stops for water. And consequently, we learned that the water tanks had also been built in the 1800s, the ones that they're still using, and they are gravity fed.
Oh.
Uh-huh. They are gravity fed from the rivers and streams that lead into the Chama. And that tied into, that tied into other things I'll just say from my former life. But it reminded me that gravity fed requires no energy.
Mm.
Gravity fed means that it means just what it says, that whatever is being transferred to one place, from one place to the other, happens by gravity. It doesn't happen because somebody is using a pump.
Let's get rid of the mic.
Okay, let's get rid of the mic. It doesn't happen because somebody's using the pump. It doesn't happen because there is some kind of machinery being employed. Oh, do you know what this means?
Yes, you can move around.
I can move around.
Just don't go too fast. Don't go too far. Watch yourself in the computer.
Okay, I can see myself there, but I can't see
I'll
myself
take
there.
care of that.
So you're going to have to go.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, boy. I love being able to move around. It's my favorite. So nothing else is used to move whatever is being relocated from one place to the other. And I thought to myself, if we actually realized that the provision that is just part of being, I mean, it's an inseparable part of being one in the one. You with me still?
Yes.
Because now I can come over there and get you. That it's just provided.
Yeah.
And many of us have the tendency to not know that. To use evidence of other things that are going on in the world, for instance, or in our own lives, to say, well, that's not happening for me, or that's not happening for them, and so it must not be for everybody. But what is everybody?
Spirit.
What is everybody?
Divine.
Everybody is divine. Everybody is one with the one.
Yes.
One head. I'm just looking for one head to go like that.
Well, we have Patty and I.
Good job. I got to do a lot of thinking while I was on vacation.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. Exactly. And one of the things that I realized is that very often in different ways, I talk about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about us being one with the one. I talk about there being only one. I talk about the qualities of that one that are inherently ours. We were born with them. And just because nobody else knew it or encouraged it or, put fertilizer on it, and I mean that in the kindest way, so that it could grow and flourish, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what our age is. It doesn't matter what our gender is or isn't. It doesn't matter what our political beliefs are. It doesn't matter. Because still, even those people that we think can't possibly be one, in the one, with the one, for the one, as the one. Just because they don't know it doesn't mean it's not so.
Right.
And just because we don't know it doesn't mean it's not so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing all this thinking, and I realize that there are these basic tenets of what I believe to be the truth. Didn't come out of a book. This is from my practice, my years of study in many different areas, my belief that metaphysics is the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's all we're really talking about, is the bigger picture.
Right.
We aren't saying that there aren't any other kinds of pictures. You now have 10 or 11
10.
examples of other pictures. And those are valid because, do you know why I would say that?
No, you're good.
I would say that because they work for the people who believe them.
Yes.
Ernest Holmes never said, my way or the highway.
Right.
He never said, believe what I've written, believe what I teach, and then I'm avoiding all those conventional statements. And then, you've got it. You're on your way. No. He said, pay attention. Pay attention to what I teach. Pay attention to what I'm sharing with you because, first of all, it's not all original to me. And anybody who is particularly a new student of Holmes might be shocked to know that he said, what I'm doing is I'm sharing with you my study, my practice, and what I have personally experienced as the truth. And not only have I experienced it as the truth, as myself, but I've looked into
all of these other ancient teachings, going back to the beginning of teaching and drawing on walls and things like that. And what I found is a consistency.
Mm-hmm.
He called it a golden thread.
Yep.
I found a consistency, not of agreement, but consensus. Two different things. Because everybody had their own way of expressing it. And what's the it? That we're all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there is only one. But that one cannot help itself but make form after form after form after form after form after expression after expression after revelation. It cannot help itself. It is irrepressible.
Mm-hmm.
And we are that.
That's right.
Yes.
So, during all this thinking, I was saying to myself, well, what if there's a room full of people that I am having the privilege of seeing and hugging and hanging out with every Sunday who don't believe it?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds good. And it could be helpful. But what if everybody is still sitting there in their chairs or on their beds or their sofas or wherever those of you online are with your coffee? I can't wait to have mine. And you're thinking to yourselves, man, that, I have all this stuff going on in my life, and I just can't quite accept that provision is unconditional.
Mm.
I just can't quite accept that love is unconditional. I just can't quite accept that acceptance is unconditional. Why is that? The reason that we can't accept what is just waiting to lavish us with wonder is because it goes against everything we were taught.
Yeah.
We were taught it had to be hard, that we had to work hard. We had to show up, and we had to prove ourselves, and we had to not make waves, and we had to not get in anybody's way, and we had to always be nice, and we had to, and all this other malarkey, I'll just call it. And do those things exist? Are there times when it has to be hard? Are there times when things are conditional? Are there times when we have to prove ourselves? The catchphrase here is have to.
Mm.
That is the speed bump. Just because our training, and I don't care how long it went on, whether it started before we were out of the womb and lasted until now, I don't care. I mean, I care. You know I care. But none of that matters.
Yep.
Because the same one of which we are a part, the same love, the same guidance, the same unconditional everything that is for our good and supports our good and celebrates our good and can't wait to give us more good, it's just been waiting for our, not somebody else's eyes to open. Stop waiting for somebody else's eyes to open.
Mm-hmm.
Stop waiting for somebody else to get it. Stop waiting for somebody else to forgive you or to love you or accept you or me. The waiting is over. Woo! Has to be over. We are here for a purpose. We are here for a sacred purpose, which it so happens we'll be singing about later. And we cannot live it. We cannot express it. We cannot reveal it. We cannot be it if we're so busy, so preoccupied with all of the nonsense that preceded this moment.
Yep. Amen.
Now, I'm not saying it's all nonsense, and I'm not suggesting that you disrespect or disregard anybody whose input you valued at the time because it served you at the time. But you are not that person anymore.
Right.
I don't care who you thought you were when you got up this morning. Well, I do care. You are new. You're new from 5 minutes ago. And I'm new from 5 minutes ago. That's just the way nature works. So if by any chance you are still in the grips of old beliefs, of old doubts, of old fears, of old false ideas about yourself, because the ideas about anybody else, let them go. They're new too, even though it may not be obvious or they may be gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's nature. It's how it works. Please, please, leave all of that in this room when you leave today. You'll be fine without it. Trust me. I promise you with all my heart that you will be fine. And I will be fine. We all will be fine without the stuff that we're still hauling around in our little red wagons of junk. And it's only become junk because it no longer serves us. Even if it did. You know, as you've heard me say before, from my own life, I learned to be silent. And I learned to watch for signs of trouble in my family so that I could protect myself by hiding. Because if I didn't hide, then no matter what look was on my face was misconstrued. No matter what word I said was misconstrued. Did I understand? No. Took me years to understand because I wasn't old enough to understand. But my instincts worked. My instincts worked fine. My instincts knew fear when I felt it and knew what to do about it and how to take care of myself. But we don't need those kinds of tools anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you're even remotely interested in checking out who you really are and standing in the authority of who you really are and speaking your word and claiming life as you can have it, just because the word is always fulfilled with
Yes.
always fulfilled with yes and love.
That's why they say yes.
That's right.
It says yes.
It, they, them. It would be so fun to see God's pronouns.
We, our, us.
We are us.
It's everything, right? If you're really ready to step into a new life, then together we can help to make that happen. If you're not really ready, what I suggest is you hang out anyway. Because we're fun and we have no expectations. It's not like somebody walks in this door and we expect them to be able to quote Ernest Holmes. Or we expect them to be able to quote any other dogma. Not that Ernest Holmes is dogma. Sorry, didn't mean to put those two things together. But you get the idea. This is open season on happiness.
Mm.
And on a life of fulfillment. Does it mean that we won't have a single thing cross our road ever again that is a challenge?
No.
No. But we'll know the difference. We'll know that it's a challenge. It's not the end of the world. We'll know that we have the tools to handle it. You know, Jean Watson, one of our practitioners emeritus, one of her favorite things to say is, I can handle this.
Mm.
I can handle this. And we don't have to do it alone.
Right.
That's right.
We never have to do it alone. Our practitioners are here. I'm here. We have each other. Oh, yeah. And there's that constant companion
Right.
that is the truth of our being, that has literally all the answers. if we're not so busy thinking about all of the answers that can happen. Because it tends to talk like this. Can you all hear me?
Barely. It's
Sorry, everybody, I'll be right back. It tends to talk like this.
Yeah.
It tends to talk like this. And once we really start paying attention, what we'll find is that it talks all the time.
right.
Once we really start paying attention. So you have choices. Wow. Now, those of us who grew up with stuff, and that includes many of us in this room, I'm sure. You know what I mean by stuff. We didn't know we had choices. And when we found out we had choices, we may have made some that weren't the choice we'd make today. Let that go too.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Let that go too. I'm going to share something with you from Ernest Holmes. But before I do that, I'd like for you to do something with me. Put your hand over your heart. And if it's comfortable for you, say, I always made the highest choice I thought I could.
I
always
always
made
made the
The
highest
highest
choice
choice I thought I could. That's the truth. But now you have new choices. And now you have new choices. Don't look back. I mean, there isn't anybody in the world who can drive forward and look back at the same time.
Oh, and mirror.
But still not very well. All right, let's hear what Dr. Holmes has to say today, because he jumped out at me this morning, which would have been hilarious considering how funny he was. I expect everything I do to prosper. I enthusiastically expect success. I let good flow into my experience. That's gravity fed. I am seeing good in every direction I look. I am looking forward to more good. I am entering into a deeper understanding of life, and I am recognizing my union with all people and all events.
Yes.
And so it is.
And so it is.
I think you want the singers now. Okay, now I'm putting on my singer outfit.
Anna?
I still have joy. I still have joy. I still have joy. After all the things I've been through, I still have joy. After all the things I've been through, I still have joy.
You have to speak up.
Oh, speak up. Shout because I'm not on. The ushers are already out there. Okay, knowing that all is put in these baskets, go out into the world blessing everyone it touches, and knowing it's going to expand in ways that we know and ways we've yet to discover. And repeat after me. The love of Spirit
blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive abundantly, and so it is.
And while they're doing that, I've got some announcements here. I'm not Jean Watson, I'm Brent Travis.
Volunteer opportunities.
What is it?
Volunteer opportunities.
Volunteer opportunities. Sign up for them. It's great fun to participate. I know it makes a difference for me, and it will for you. And the upcoming events are the monthly luncheon, and is there a sign-up sheet back there?
Yes,
For
there's sign-up sheets for everything out there.
And dine around,
Yes.
and quarterly dinners. And if you choose to host or your guest, sign up. And the new Science of Mind study group
Continues.
on Wednesdays, August 2nd at noon.
We had it
And
already.
right here,
It continues
it continues.
on Wednesdays.
Okay.
And it was very good. I know, where's Jack?
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Jack, can you
Oh.
explain?
We're meeting the first and third Wednesday.
Oh, the first and third
The first
Wednesday.
and third, okay.
Here.
Be there.
Beautiful, at noon.
And knowing that each amount here is blessed and goes out into the world, blessing us and those it touches. And I give thanks for this, and so it is.
So it is.
is.
Thank you.
We aren't circling up yet, but you're welcome to just be right here. We're gonna sing first.
No, we're gonna sing first.
Oh, okay.
Oh. That's all right.
This is a song for everybody. It's okay.
It's a song for everybody. Come on. Everybody can be here.